Hey everyone, I know it's been a minute since I last talked, but I've had a lot going on. I've had college, and to be fair, my mental's kind of been a bit shit. But hey, I've had enough time to, do this, so let's be happy. And yes, the title does say I want to talk about the balancing for Overwatch, because in my opinion, it's fucking horrendous. It's just downright absurd with the balancing in this game, and honestly, it's just not fun to play. But let me actually talk about this. So let's actually talk, shall we? So I actually want to start off by talking about Doomfist. I know. The Doomfist main talks about Doomfist. Oh wow. But I want to talk because what's happened with the latest patch has honestly just made me really fucking pissed. And it kind of just makes it so I don't want to play the guy anymore. So for those who aren't aware, they've nerfed Doomfist's stun duration when he punches someone into a wall from like 0.25 to 0.15 maybe, and from like 0.75 to like 0.55 something, I don't know. But it's something along those lines. So, to put into perspective what this nerf has done, this is how it would go before this nerf. If you've had a fully empowered punched, and you punched like an Anna Kiriko into the wall, even if you miss like maybe a shotgun shot, if you're able to quickly readjust your line, you still would have gotten the kill regardless, right? What this new patch has done is made it so that's no... Sorry about that. What they've done is that it's no longer possible. You have to be perfect with your aim. And for console players, so me, that's like nigh impossible because I can't do flips in this. So meaning if I just somewhat mess up my aim once, that kill I would have gotten, no longer done. Kiriko, TP, Suzu, Baptiste, Immort, and his extra health stay. Brig, Boop, Lucio, Boop, or fucking Am. Like, it's so horrendous. And then you look in the patches and you see that Orisa, like javelin throw, hasn't gotten nerfed. And it makes no sense to me. Because unlike Doom, where the punch, he put himself in danger. You put yourself in danger. That was like the whole point of punch. It was a high risk, high reward where yes, if you failed, there was a chance you were gonna die. But if you hit it, that was the reward. You hit your punch, and you get to follow up. But that ain't possible. At least not anymore. Another thing I actually do want to talk about is the support nerfs as well. His opinion, jack shit has fucking changed. Like, nothing has changed. Supports still feel that they're just as strong. And if anything, I feel like in some situations you can actually say they got buffed. Zenyatta. Yeah, sure, he can't reapply Discord, but you know what happens usually most of the time? The tank is already in the front lines. He can't afford to go back to a fucking corner and hide. Usually, most of the time, he can't afford to do that. So most of the time, he's already in the open with Discord on. And then fucking Kiriko. Wow, you put 1 second extra onto Suzu. Congratulations, Blizzard. Congratulations. You are the kings at nerfing. Like, it's like instead of actually saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna give it like an increased fucking cooldown, like 20 seconds, or hell, reworking the fucking ability so it doesn't grant immortality. No, 1 second. It now takes 1 more second. Oh, what's that you say though? You still don't like it and you still think it's just as powered? Yeah, go fuck yourselves, because this is supports. Supports need to be fucking babied. Then got Baptiste, where fucking, oh yeah, sure, they nerfed its health bar, nerfed its fucking cooldown by 2 seconds. Again, congratulations, Blizzard. Still doesn't change the fact that it's still fucking annoying and you still get someone on the verge of death and all of a sudden immortality right there, right fucking there, and you're like, oh wow, great, there goes my kill potential. Thank you Blizzard, thank you Baptiste, thank you so much. Lifeweaver, again, in my opinion, nerf his fucking HP. He feels way too fucking tanky. What do? No, they nerf his ammo count and they nerf his fucking healing output. Which in my opinion isn't really something you needed, because most of the time you aren't fully fucking charging your healing. Illari nerfed the HP on it and they nerfed projectile size, but again, as long as she can throw her pylon in the middle of buttfuck nowhere and it can still do the healing just as well, it changes absolutely fucking nothing. Like, it's so fucking annoying. It's so annoying. It's genuinely just so annoying. Because it feels like no matter what the fuck you do, if a support remotely goes on anyone, your kill potential goes out the fucking window. Like, it's just so fucking bad. Like, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like, it's... Like, I've generally tried to, like, think of ways to make supports actually like fun and viable, but I feel like every time I do it, it's just nerf healing, nerf damage, it's just all this crap. But I've talked about tanks and supports, let me talk about DPS as well. DPS, I don't know, there's not really much I can say about DPS really. DPS to me, like if I was to say about when it comes to all three of the roles, this is how I'd go. Tanks feel like the middle child, right? Where no one fucking cares about them, right? Oh, what's that? The middle child's having a problem with their older and younger brother? Well, go fuck them. Like seriously, what idiot? What an idiot having issues with your older and younger brother. Oh, you're such an idiot. And then the DPS feel like the older child, right? Where it's, yeah, sometimes they get a bit of attention, sometimes they get listened to, but then there's also where like they don't really get listened to sometimes, and sometimes it's like, okay, go fuck yourself. Like sometimes if the older child's talking about the younger child, yeah, sure, maybe the mom might go ahead, talk to the younger child, but she's not going to do anything harsh because he's the eldest and he's meant to take it like a man. And then you've got the support, which in my opinion is the younger brother or the younger sibling, that gets constant parenting, constant affection, constant support, and anytime you say anything regardless about them, like, oh, what's that, the younger child hit the middle child? No, they didn't do that. Oh, you did? Alright, here's a slap on the wrist, here's a little, don't do it again, no, don't do it again. Oh, what's that? You killed 5 people and then danced on their body? Oh, that's so cute. Now, you know that's bad, right? You shouldn't be doing that. Oh, what's that? You said you ain't gonna do it again? Okay, I'll take your word for it. That's how all three of the roles feel to me. With tanks being the worst of this again. Like, it's just so bad because tanks, I see the same picks. I see Orisa like every fucking game, and it's so annoying, but at the same time it's also something I can't argue with either, because Orisa right now feels like the only tank where you feel like you have remote control over what happens. Like, you extended too far? Okay, just hit your fortify, hit the spin, and you're good to go. Oh, what's that? You need consistency? Just pick Orisa. Then you have constant consistency. So it's like, yeah, it's fucking annoying fighting Orisa every game, but at the same time you can't really fault it either. Like, fucking, I hate playing Orisa so much. Like, I generally don't like playing Orisa, and I don't like fighting her. It just feels too boring. But sometimes you just have to do it. Like, you don't want to, but it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, either you don't do it and you lose, or you do it and maybe you might still lose, but you also have a much higher chance of winning if you didn't do it. Then DPS, it's like what Bastion, Widowmaker sometimes, Sombra in some situations. Like the same picks over and over again. Like the amount of times I barely see Genji and all these other fun characters, or it's Pharmacy. God fucking bid, I wish Pharmacy was deleted from the fucking game, Jesus Christ. Like, I don't care what anyone says, if you do Pharmacy, I think you have no skill. Simple as. If you do Pharmacy, or you do any character with Mercy, you take all skill that goes with that character and you immediately throw it in the bin. There is no skill when it comes to Pharmacy, or any character being pocketed by Mercy. Change my mind. And then supports, it's like fucking, I feel like supports have the most flexibility. Because supports, you can play Anna, you can play Kitty, you can play Lucio. Supports feel like as if they can play whoever they want and still win. While tanks and DPS, it's if you're doing bad on your character, you have to swap. You have to. You don't get to say if you want to or not. Like, if you are doing bad, it's you have to swap. If you're playing Doom and you're getting diffed by another Doom, you have to swap. If you're playing Genji and you're losing to the other Genji, you have to swap. While supports is, oh, if there's a Lifeweaver and that other Lifeweaver's doing better than you, he can still play Lifeweaver. Oh, there's an Anna that's literally shutting you down in every way. You can still play Anna. Like, yeah, sure, you would have way more efficiency if you played Kiriko. But it's completely fine for you to still play fucking Anna. Because for me, right now, the only character that I'd say for tanks that feels like you can play them against whoever is Ramatra. Ramatra for me feels like the one tank where no matter who it is, no matter what the other tank is, no matter what the DPS is, no matter what the support is, he still does well. It just depends on player skill, right? Like, yeah, sure, they can try going Zarya, Bastion, Kiriko, Anna. But if you know how to play Ram, they might as well not counterpick. Because you are still going to shove them into the lock like, oh, what's that, Zarya? You already used one of your bubbles? Alright, I'm going into Nemesis form and I'm going to dick you square in the jaw. What's that? Bastion's going into Turret form? Okay, shield. Oh, what's that? He shows through my shield. Okay, Nemesis form. Block. I can do this all day. I can do this all fucking day, baby. Oh, what's that? I'm going to ult and Annis just lets me. Okay then, someone's going to wake me up eventually, so fuck it. I'm going to hit my ult and I'm going to run through your whole fucking team and you can't do anything about it, baby. But that's how it feels with Ramatra. But Doom, it feels like if there's an Orisa, I immediately have to play the game way more carefully than I ever have to with Ramatra, right? And then DPS, I'm not sure who, because the only sub DPS I'm playing right now is kinda Sombra with the rework. Because my opinion, this is my take when it comes to the Sombra rework, right? She still carries the same annoyingness that she had with old Sombra, right? Like, old Sombra was still annoying, but she was annoying but wasn't fun to play, right? New Sombra for me feels like annoying to fight but fun to play now. And it's weird because when I look at new Sombra, I see that I could have played old Sombra like this. But due to how she was kind of designed, it didn't lead to that playstyle, which is what most of us fell into, which is why Sombra had to get changed. Like, it's just this thing where it's sad that better players can just get fucked over because of the fact that someone picked another character and you can't shut them down despite the fact that you are technically the better player. I was playing a game in comp and I was in PlayStation queue, so I was only finding console players, so PlayStation players. So at first, it started off with me as Doom and the enemy tank as Doom, right? Like they won, I think, the first 2 team fights, and this was on the new game mode, so the new version of 2CP. I think it's called King of the Hill. I'm not sure what it's called though. So it was on New Junk City, New Junker Town. So if that helps, that helps. So they end up winning the first 2 fights, but they don't cap the first point. Then my team starts turning around. I diff him. Every time he goes for like a block, I punch him. Every time he tries to extend, I go to his team and I try and take them as quick as I can. So we end up doing this until our team captures first point. Then he picks Orisa, and then his tanks are going other stuff. And there's others are doing other characters. And before I know it, we just start losing. I stayed doomed because I was the better player, but he picked Orisa and now he's winning, and for me that just felt like it wasn't fair at all. Like, it was so fucking annoying. I'm like, God, I should have won, but I don't. And for me that just feels like the fucking worst. And what makes it just even more worse for me, because, okay, as perfect, I need to say this was recorded a few days later after the rest of this was recorded. Well, earlier stuff was recorded, so this was recorded later, but now I've re-deleted Overwatch because I'm fucking pissed. Like, it's just getting annoying. The balancing is still bad, supports still feel way too strong, tanks feel like they get too easily countered, and DPS is just a role where either you do well or you don't. It has no in-between line. Tanks easily countered, DPS, you pray you do something, and support's just fucking are still too strong. Like, am I the only one that feels like you're finding more Baptistes in the game pre-nerf? No, right, I think it's no. Am I the one that's finding more Baptistes after the nerf than before the nerf? Because that's how it feels. I feel like I'm finding more Baptistes with the nerf than I ever was when he wasn't nerfed. And honestly, I've just deleted the game. I'm gonna keep it deleted for a week, so I can at least have a break, because the game's pissing me off that much. I'll make a Dead by Daylight video. I have a plan to talk about it, more specifically the community of Dead by Daylight. And yeah, so expect a DVD video. And I think with that, I just don't have anything else to talk about, so like, subscribe, all that usual crap and whatever. And just enjoy this Elden Ring Virgil boss fight summon. Yeah. So yeah, enjoy the rest of this. I'll see you later or whenever I wake up. See ya.